All right, lovers, thank you for tuning into the channel. The love, the comment section, everything has been going so amazingly. It's been going crazy. This video is again inspired by the comment section. I recently made a video where I said why a gravel bike is my #1 bike. So you go ahead and watch that video if you have any interest. But one of the comments that I got on that video was from @danger123. Sounds like you need a mountain bike. I'll road bike whenever I have to, but mountain biking is consistently more fun and rewarding. Now, Danger123, gotta let you know, I love mountain bikes and I love mountain biking. Get in the comments section if you have some favorite trails in the Seattle area or wherever you live, where's a good place to mountain bike. But as we talk about that, we're gonna get into the 10 reasons why I don't own a mountain bike. Let's get into it. All right, so for the purposes of this video and the sake of argument, I'm just gonna go ahead and call a mountain bike an XC bike, an XC style mountain bike, just because those are the closest mountain bikes to gravel bikes in my opinion. You disagree, get in the comment section. But here are the 10 reasons why I would not even ride an XC for extended periods in the city. Number 1 is the topography. It's too hilly where I live to consistently ride a mountain bike, especially one with any sort of suspension. Mountain bikes tend to be heavier, built for more rugged riding, and they're not really made for climbing on pavement or climbing in the city. So where I live, it's far too hilly for me to want to ride a mountain bike for any extended period of time. Number 2, too much pavement. I ride on pavement too often, and I'm really the style of rider that wants to just ride from my house and go out the door. I'm not willing to drive to anywhere to start my riding. So there's just entirely too much pavement for me to want to ride a mountain bike on a regular basis. They're not efficient. The fork and the overall weight of a typical mountain bike makes it less efficient for those road surfaces and those road hills that we were talking about. So just as far as, and also the drivetrains tend to favor more rugged terrain with the smaller chain ring up front. If you have any interest in watching my drivetrain video to know more about how a drivetrain affects the bicycle, please watch that. But again, they're just not efficient on the road. So for that reason, I would not ride a mountain bike. Reason number 4, they're not the best touring bikes. What I realized over time is I'm an adventure rider that comes from a touring background, meaning I am used to putting in a lot of city miles, but I definitely love both. I love being able to find some dirt, but I like being able to go long distances on bikes. And although I don't like riding for the sake of riding, I do like riding for adventure. So if there's a place we're going to go, like we're going on a camping trip or something like that, then I don't mind putting in a lot of road if there's a payoff at the end. It's almost like running for sports. I don't like running, but if you put me on a soccer field and I have to run to play soccer, then I just don't think about it. And this is similar with riding for me. If we have a destination, then I love to go there and I don't mind putting in road miles. If the destination is dirt, if the destination's like a camping spot or the beach or something, yeah, let's get on the road and ride. But if it's just to ride, boring. So mountain bikes just aren't the best touring city bikes, so I tend to not have one. Number 5, it's overkill. The terrain I like to ride on is rugged, but it's not that rugged that I would need a mountain bike for it. And so it would just be overkill for some of the trails that I go on. There are a few places in the city, but just not enough to justify me having a mountain bike. And they're just far enough where I might have to drive or try to make an attempt to ride the bike there and do my riding and then come back. It's just too much for me. And I think it would be overkill for most of the riding that I tend to do in the city. Number 6 is I do love mixed terrain. I don't dislike road riding. I just don't like riding on the road if that's the only thing I have to do and there's no other payoff or I'm not going somewhere. So like we mentioned before, like my joy of touring and adventuring. So the gravel bikes tend to be, or all road bikes, tend to be the best for mixed terrain in the city. Number 7, I'm not close enough to trails. There are many cool trails in my area, but you just have to drive to get there. And because I just don't have the time like that with work and family priorities, I don't have enough time to get to trails. So even though mountain biking is awesome, I really have to be really efficient with my bike riding and say, when can I squeeze in some time? Can I use my bike to pick up some groceries? Can I work my cycling into my schedule? And mountain biking is like a dedicated activity where you really need to set out some time to just go find a nice trail and ride, as opposed to the riding I do, is where you just go out the door, take a short little, ride wherever you can. The type of riding is, if I have 10 minutes to ride, then ride 10 minutes. If I have an hour to ride, then ride for an hour. But I can't make a ride where I was like, I'm going to go drive down to this trail, ride all day, and then come back. I just don't have enough time, and the trails aren't close, which ties into number 8. The trails aren't close enough. And number 8, I just don't have the time. So I basically mentioned all the reasons, right? Is that I do my riding based on time. If I have an hour, then I'll go ride for an hour. If I have 10 minutes, I'll go ride for 10 minutes. I just don't have the time to go to trails or anything. So the time crunch, really, really a tough one. Number 9 is storage. I don't have enough room in my living situation for any more than 2 bikes. And so you have to make a really hard decision of what 2 bikes are you gonna have. And I tend to like rigid fork bikes. They tend to be my better overall bikes for me. And the 2 bikes I have are 2 gravel bikes, one for sport, one for me and my little guy for daddy son adventures. That's what I had to make the choice for. So I just don't have the room for another mountain bike. My riding style, number 10, I'm not a thrill seeker. The more aggressive aspects of mountain biking don't suit my riding style. They're completely lost on me. So I love watching the videos of people going airborne and doing tricks and everything like that. But I didn't grow up riding mountain bikes. So I'm in my 40s now. So me trying to do some of those aggressive moves, I have no desire to do that. I just have a desire to let's find a wooded trail. The beauty of the woods is that there are no cars. I do like just being in nature. That's awesome. But I have no need to ride anything aggressive. So the drops and the jumps and the airborne, it's just not something that I really care about. I mean, I could see myself being turned on by someone to that, but it's just not something I seek. So keeping my wheels on the ground tends to be more my riding style. And so I just don't need something that's going to be as aggressive as that. It kind of ties into that it's overkill. So in conclusion, I would love to own or build a hardtail to start off with. And hopefully as this channel grows, I can find a situation to justify a mountain bike purchase. What are your recommendations? Do you like rigid mountain bikes, drop bar mountain bikes, hardtails, enduros, fat bikes, full suspensions? Get in the comments section and share your recommendations. If you know any rigid mountain bikes, I would also love to check out different models to research. So again, thank you for watching. Hopefully we talk to you soon, and like and subscribe.